Headbutt?
Bro, when I was fucking Glory and Blaze, bro.
What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be explaining how to start up an F-18 in Digital Combat Simulator. I'm going to be explaining what these systems do, what I'm turning on, why it's important, what it does, all of that. It might be a little bit of a long video, but hopefully you learned something. So I'm going to start now by turning on off my pilot body, turning the stick off, just so you guys can see better. So first step is to turn on the battery. So I'm going to put it in override now, and I'll explain after I close this canopy, because it's kind of loud. So, the reason it's an override is it's not modeled in this game, but you're supposed to test your fire protection system before you start your APU or engines. So, in the real aircraft, once you test your A branch of fire protection system, you need to wait about 30 seconds before you can test branch B. If you start the battery in override on that relay, you can test branch A.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine
And then,
right fire.
once your branch A
Engine
test is
right
done,
fire.
you flip it to on, and you can
APU
test the branch
fire.
B
APU
immediately.
Fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air
So we're going to wait for her to call out all of the sensors. So basically what this is doing is testing all your optical and temperature sensors in your engine APU. It's also testing the lighting for it's not working for some reason, but you would wait for branch B to go through, and it's testing all your lighting as well as your sensors, and also your EDs on your or explosive devices on your fire bottle to make sure everything's ready in case of a fire. If you were to have an engine fire, you would basically press its button when it lights up, and it would extinguish it. You only have one extinguish on this aircraft, so use wisely. Cool, now that the battery is on, we can now start the auxiliary power unit, or APU, which is right here. Press the on button. You're going to hear it spool up, and we are going to wait for it to turn green. Once it turns green, it is ready to send bleed air to the engines in order to start them. Okay, it is ready. So we're going to start our left engine first. So we're going to hit the engine crank button directly below the APU, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this screen. Once it hits 25 to 30, it doesn't really matter. We can then bump our throttle over the hump. Left throttle first. And we're going to wait for it to climb and start the engine. So basically what this button does, it's the initial spool up of the engine, just starting it. It would be like the starter in your car, essentially.
Roll left. Roll left.
Now I'm going to start the right engine and wait for the same process.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Right engine has hit 25, so we're going to push our right throttle forward. Now we're going to start turning on all our screens and basically all of our systems. So we're going to do left and right top screen, and then we're going to do our center multifunction display, or our color screen. Cool, we can now turn our HUD on, turn our ICP on. We can turn our RWR on down here. We can turn our electronic countermeasures to receive only, because we do not want to have jamming on at this moment. If you were to put it in transmit, basically every time you get locked up by anything, it will try to jam the system with our radar. We're going to turn our dispenser on. Okay. Flaps are on full. We're going to put our anti-skid on. Landing lights on. Formation lights on. Position lights on. Our engines are fully spooled up. We're going to start with our radar operate and our INS alignment. We're going to put it in CV because we are on the USS Theodore Roosevelt. If we were on at an airfield, we select ground. This basically calculates and moves with the actual carrier, so it would not work on the ground, and vice versa. So we're going to, on our left screen, we're going to go to the HSI, and we're going to select this stored heading button. We're going to wait for the alignment. I have so many icons right now that I am going to open on this one so I can actually show you what it's doing. And it's going to start the alignment. Oh, my head tracking is freaking out. Okay. So we're going to turn on our onboard oxygen generation system so we can start breathing air. Turn on our interior lights panels. Just turn everything on for now. Cool. We can start by turning on our avionics. So beacon on, data link on, ILS on, data link both branches, sorry. So you have to click on and then click data link again and then select on. TACAN is on, IFF on, branch or mode 4. 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're now going to turn on our HMD. At this point, you have to start hitting keys. So we're going to go to menu. Menu to our support page, HMD, align. Now we're going to, what button is it? We're going to select our cage, uncage button. Once our X is over the X on the HUD, align OK. Our roll is good. Cool. Then you just press align, you're out of the alignment mode. This basically just does what it says it does. It aligns your head. So when you're saluting missiles and stuff like that, it will be accurate to where you're actually looking in comparison to the jet. Okay, at this point, we are going to check this out. So we're getting a bunch of icons for Flickits. So we're going to go to our Flickits page, and we can see that everything's X'd out. So we're going to go down, do a Flickits reset right here. Hold it. Okay, I'm going to hit the rudder trim as well while we're there. Okay, no more X's. They are gone. Now we're also getting a left and right bleed off. It seems to be a bug in the game, but in order to fix this, in game as well as in real life, you have to cycle the air source knob. So we're going to turn it off and then back on again. And it fixes it just like every other problem on every plane. Okay. Cool. Now we're going to check on our alignment. So we're going to go to HSI. It is aligned, so now we're going to put it in nav mode. Basically what nav mode does is it takes your GPS signals from your 4 GPS satellites, triangulate it, and then sends it to your INS. So keeps it updated. Because your INS, all it's doing is measuring your inertia. So it's good to have an outside source as well. Okay, everything seems to be okay. So we're going to arm the seat now. Flaps full. Our anti-skid is on. And cool. I think we're ready to taxi. So we're going to call Chief. Ground crew, wheel chocks, remove.
Remove the wheel chocks.
We're now going to put in our parking brake.
Copy.
So we can move.
Wheel chocks are now removed.
We're going to hold our nose wheel steering button to high. And we're going to push off. Slowly, steadily. I'm going to do a pretty tight turn here to get to this catapult. Crew chief has told me to send out our wings, so I'm gonna hit spread, yeah, all the way, and then lock it in, and they're gonna come out. I'm gonna visually make sure they're locked, because if they're not, you will die. Cool. We are now ready. I don't know why he's telling me to go keep turning left, but we're gonna do it. Now we're gonna turn right. Keep going straight. Turn a little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna go straight. Keep it lined up with that line between the line and our center spoiler on the front. Wait for him to give the system. Okay, he wants us to stop. We stop. At this point, I'm going to turn my pilot body on stick on. We're going to now put our launch bar down, which is right here. Okay, we're now going to move forward. I'm going to go external view to show you how this works. So we're going to push our throttle forward until the launch bar goes over the hook. It does take quite a bit of throttle to get it over. We're over. Okay, we're going to stop. The crew chief, or I guess yellow suit, I'm not sure. I don't know much about how Navy jobs work, but he wants us to bring the launch bar up. Launch bar is up. I believe he's called a director in the Navy. Okay, that guy I know is the shooter, so he's telling me to bring up my throttles, so I'm going to bring it up to MILF power. I am going to open in my Flickus page, and I'm going to sleep my flight controls and verify that the numbers are actually saying what I'm doing. I'm doing that. Forward, back, left, right, forward, back. Rudders. Cool, we are good. We are now going to take our hand off the stick, put full afterburner, wait for engines to reach 100%. They are at 100%. We are now going to salute. And take off. And we're off. Flaps and gear up. And that's a full take up, so we're gonna start climbing up to about 3,000 and keep climbing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something. Stay tuned for some more videos on some different planes, also some basically anything aviation will be on this channel. So thanks guys, have a good one.